right, boys, so in today's video, we will be ranking the top 10 wide receivers in the game, and this is also before they kind of announced the AKA cards coming for Monday. I will be posting this early Sunday morning, so I'm recording it on a Saturday, so if they come out with a wide receiver, a Megatron or something, do with what you will, rank them how you will, but right now, this is before they technically have been announced. But anyways, let's get to that number 10. Also hit that sub button. We are so close to 20K, boys. Let's get into it. Start off here at our number 10. We are going to start with the small guy right here, KAVONTAE Turpin. He is 88 speed. I love this guy across the board statistically, right? Very good stats. 89 catching. His catching traffic at 86 for being 5'9" is actually very good. He doesn't have much spec catch there, but when you look across the board too, he does have really good short running, really good solid medium and deep. And I'm just going to let you guys know right now, I have the most bias towards this card. If you've ever been to my stream, if you've watched previous YouTube videos where I'm not highlighting a certain card, KAVONTAE Turpin, I've also made 2 videos on the initial gameplay and then also me going over the card. This card is very underrated. I'm telling you guys, the short wide receivers this year make better cuts. I swear they get open better. He was the slowest wide receiver on my team, and he played the best there for a while. I did end up ditching him recently for a top guy on this list, but at the end of the day, like I said, he is lower for a reason. I feel like you have to play him in our slot as our controller goes out, but yeah, at number 10, we got the little guy. He's also really good in special teams as well. Right here at our number 9 spot, you guys will notice that we are losing a little bit of speed right there, obviously going down to an 87, but I do like height a lot in this game. I feel like height is a bailout. Obviously, if you can make a bad read, if a guy is a lot better stacked against the corner, say if the corner is under 6 foot, or even if he's 6 foot on 6 foot, he's gonna have a better chance than if you make a mistake with KAVONTAE Turpin, you know what I mean? But DJ Moore is a guy that's actually pretty good for his overall. At an 88, he has 87 speed, which is okay. We do have 90s in the game and a couple 88s and 89s, but 87 still solid when it comes with very good route running right there. 88, 86, and then he has a 90 deep. Hitting a 90 threshold at an 88 overall is actually really good for him. And then when you look at the catching, all 86 plus there with an 87 and an 88 at the spec catch. I like DJ Moore a lot. I really do. I felt like he never really has super high-end meta cards. One of the more underrated players in the league, I would say. But DJ Moore, you throw short and elite on him, he's a really good card. And also, you can get these cards for free once they fix house rules rewards, that is. At number 8, we do have another 87 speed player, and this is going to be Randy Moss. This is one that, obviously, we're always so used to him being at the top of these lists, right? But he did come out fairly early. He's been out for over a month now, right? I don't know exactly when he dropped, but it feels like a long time ago. I feel like we've had many, I would say over a month, because it was before the Legend started. We've had more than 4 Legend releases. So yeah, over a month ago, and this card is still pretty high in this list, sitting here at number 8. He has 87 speed, which, like I said, it's not really high. We have 90, 89s, and 88s in the game, but he is 6'4", and then he does have 2 90 stats as well for being an 89. He has a 90 deep route running and a 90 sweat catch. Solid stats all around with an 86 short and an 87 medium. I like Randy Moss. He's one of those cards where if you mess up with him, he's gonna bail you out in some situations. These tall wide receivers, aggressive catches are probably the best they've been in a couple years. They're very, very good, especially we've seen it with Donald Parham, Dave Casper. Randy Moss definitely does that, the same thing as the wide receiver. So at number 7, we do have Justin Jefferson, and Justin Jefferson is one that I feel like you see on most people's teams. This is a very, very popular card. He was very cheap at a point. He was under 200K. Obviously, the market has went up. He's now, I just looked at him, 300K for an 89. I don't know if it's because he's rare. That was kind of crazy when I saw that. Well, he is a very good card. 88 speed, which is better than everybody we've shown you yet on this list besides Turpin. But 6'1", obviously, is going to put him above him. But when you look across the board, too, this is a card that's not going to hit any 90s, but he is very high in all of his 80s. All 87 plus with 388 or 288s and an 80. I'm so blind. 188 and 289s at the spec and deep route running. I like Jay Jettas a lot. He felt very good out there. Like I said, the 90 threshold, you could probably go Randy Moss here if you're not too worried about that +1 speed. He also, Randy Moss is 3 inches taller. I think I like Justin Jefferson more. I remember back in the day when Jay Jettas came out, I actually ditched my Randy Moss for him. I really did like this card. He's definitely very good in the game. Now here at our number 6, we have Andre Reed. And the last time I did this top 10, Andre Reed and Jay Jettas are basically the exact same card, right? They're both 88 speed. When you look across the board, none of them are hitting 90 overall stats here, but they're all very high 88s, right? Or 89s right there. He has, what, 2 89s, just like our guy Jay Jettas. A lot of 88s and 187 at that medium route running. The only reason I'm putting him above Jay Jettas is because he gets, obviously, +1 height. I know Jay Jettas is a fan favorite. I know a lot of people love Jay Jettas, but simply they are almost the exact same card. Andre Reed, one height on him. I have to take him. I'm sorry, boys. I know JJ. I love JJ. He's on my fantasy team. I love him. But Andre Reed, sadly, I got to put him above him in our list here today. So at our number 5 spot, we do got Chad Ochocinco, Chad Johnson here, 88 speed. This is one that I saw the card and then I was just, oh, I feel like for a 90 overall and how expensive he is 650K right now, which is kind of nuts. He's kind of just like, I was definitely not as happy with the results of the card. I feel like a 90 overall having only 290 stats here. I mean, it's not bad. He has 90 deep route running, 93 spec, which is the highest in the game. But when you look at him, he only has 87 short, 86 medium, and then that's not even the big deal on him, right? He has 88 speed. I've even seen some Bengals people or Bengals fans in my chat. They definitely are not very happy with this card either, because you got to think, he's the latest wide receiver in this list to be dropped. So he's the last one to be dropped, and he's just kind of average speeded right there, you know what I mean? I don't know, 88 speed, like I said, it's not bad, but for the price and how new he is, you would think he'd be higher. Honestly, that's just how it is. But at the end of the day, he still makes our top 5. I like him at 6'1", and the stats, 93 spec catch is very, very good as well. Gonna bail you out a lot in those ag situations. Chad Johnson's definitely a solid card. I also just wish he had Ochocinco on the back as well. So right here at our number 4, I didn't know if I should include him on this list or not. I just ended up going with it because I feel like I don't know. Let me know in the future. Should I include these competitive pass cards on here? Because I know a lot of people don't play online. There's a lot of people that do offline work, or maybe they just didn't have that time. Let me know. For now, I'm going to include him because I do feel like Courtland Sutton is definitely one of the better wide receivers in the game. He is 6'3", so a very, very tall wide receiver in the game. He has 88 speed and then 87 excel, so very, very good stats right there. And if you're wondering why I'm on the website, I did sell mine for training so I could do a training reroll. I don't use them anymore because I am actually using our top 3 guys on the list. But at the end of the day, when I look at him, he played amazing for me. I used him in the slot. I used him outside. He was great. And no 90 overall stats down here, but very high 80s right here. The only one that really sucks is the 84 deep route running, which I didn't notice too bad, mainly because I used him in the slot, so he didn't really run any deep routes. But Courtland Sutton's one that I definitely enjoyed in the game. Definitely worth the grind. Obviously, if you're watching this, it's a little too late now, but I love this card. Definitely a top 5 wide receiver in the game. So at number 3, we do have Michael Crabtree, and this is a card that I'm very familiar with. I got him on day 1, and you guys remember, he was the best wide receiver the day they leaked this card, or released him into the game, I mean. Michael Crabtree, he's one of the fastest in the game. There's only 2 cards that are 89 and 90 speed at wide receiver, and he is one of them. He is one of them right here. You'll notice there's still a guy above him, though. We'll have to wait and see when that one gets shown, but 6'1", he's good heighted right there. He has good speed on him. His stats are actually amazing, though. At 90 catching traffic, 91 spec catch, and a 90 short route running. This is what I'm talking about, what like Chad Johnson should look like. You see, he has 3 90s here. He's faster as well. Like I said, maybe it's just because I like Chad Johnson as a guy. I think he's a really cool guy. He's a funny follow on Twitter. But Michael Crabtree, same exact height as him, faster than him, and just better all around statistically. Michael Crabtree is definitely a really good card in the game. He also gets short and elite for 1 AP, which is a huge benefit. But number 2, we have Larry Fitzgerald, and Larry Fitzgerald has been one of my favorite and also best cards I've had as of late. He was one that, where you guys know in past Madden years, he never ever gets good meta cards. He's always very slow in the game, and right here, 88 speed, like I told you earlier, there's nothing insane. We do have 89 and 90 on this list, but for being 6'3", he also goes into that Deadly Legends theme team like a lot of these cards do on this list. He also, when across the board, has 90 catching traffic, and an 89 spec catch, so 89 plus right there with 2 90s. And then the route running is amazing as well, 89 short, 87 medium, and 90 deep. I just love that he is 6'3", very well attributed, if that's a word, across the board, and then he has solid speed. Larry Fitzgerald is just one of those cards. I feel like you need at least one tall wide receiver on your team, and Larry Fitz can definitely be that guy. He was, like I said earlier, one of the cheaper cards, but you guys know the market is insane right now, but Larry Fitz definitely a top 3 receiver in this game, without a question. And at our number 1 spot, you guys all knew this was coming. This is the easiest, and I feel like he is gaps in front of number 2 and 3 right here. Herman Moore is insane. I did finally add him back to the team. I rebuilt the Legends team. I didn't rebuild it. I finished my Legends team today, and Herman Moore is on the team. He has 91 speed on my team, but 90 speed on him, so he's the fastest wide receiver in the game. He is tied for the tallest wide receiver on this list as well with Randy Moss, who he is 3 speeds faster than Randy Moss. And then when you look across the board, he has 88 catching traffic, 92 spec catch. Nuts. Almost like Chad Ochocinco right there. And then he has 87 short, and then the medium and deep are both above 90. He is by far the best wide receiver in the game. He is tall. He's the fastest in the game. How does it get better than Herman Moore, boys? How does it get better? I'm telling you guys, if you are looking to make a big splash on your team, he is worth it. I have absolutely loved this card. He feels like an absolute bailout out there. The only thing that's like literally bad about him is that he probably has the most boring drip in the game. And you know, that's just me being picky out there. I went from Jay Jettas to Herman Moore. Boys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I definitely feel like I nailed this one to a T. I don't like being cocky on the rankings, but I feel like wide receiver is one that I know a lot. I've used every single one of these cards so much. The only card I haven't used is DJ Moore, and that's just one that you can kind of just evaluate just off the card alone. I don't know. Let me know which wide receivers you guys are using below. As you guys know, I said in the video, I'm using the Legends team. So I'm actually using our top 3 today. I'm using Herman Moore, Larry Fitz, and Michael Crabtree. Comment yours down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, boys.